Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And today I wanted to talk to you about my Beast Mode fragrances. And oh my gosh, I don't like um, defining fragrances as Beast Mode, but it's just for the lack of a better word, these are beastie fragrances. They're long lasting, they're beautiful, and initially I wanted to talk to you about like 4 to 5 fragrances, but then I thought that, well, I do have a lot of other Beast Mode fragrances, and some of them are cheaper and some of them are more expensive. And then, so I ended up having 12 fragrances here in front of me. So some of them are like on the cheaper side, and then like mid-range, and then some niche fragrances. Let's start. And not all of them are gourmand, because I kind of find that it's kind of easy to be a beast mode if you're a gourmand scent, but some of them are citrusy or like more airy or more pink peppery fragrances, but they're still super long lasting and they project like crazy. They have a beautiful, amazing sillage, and yeah, they last for hours on your skin, they last for days on your clothes. So let's start with this one, and this one is Just Cavalli. And Just Cavalli is such a beautiful scent. This is your white flower, so it has neroli, it has some tiare, and also some kind of woody base. It's such an underrated gem, and the price of this one is amazing. It's just such a good one. If you're on a hunt for a good summer scent, you don't want to, you don't want to spend a lot of money. Check on this one, because this one is good. So next one, it might come as a surprise, because traditionally citrus fragrances are not regarded as long-lasting fragrances. Well, that's actually the nature of citrus fragrances per se, but I can assure you that the longevity of this one is amazing. It's amazing. It's one of my most loved fragrances by this brand, and in general one of my most loved fragrances, when it comes to zesty and citrusy fragrances all around. So this is Moschino and this is Cheap and Chic, and oh my gosh, this is insane. It is insanely good. It is insanely fresh and zesty and citrusy, and it's very cheerful. It's a very uplifting fragrance, and then it lasts. It lasts and lasts and lasts on your skin. So I just can't recommend you enough this scent. It's such an underrated and a cheapy gem. So next one is more of your sophisticated fragrance. In fact, sometimes I can find it as a cheapie on certain websites, but then other times it costs like Givenchy type of cost. So I don't know what's that about, why this fluctuation of the price. But anyway, this is the Montblanc fragrance, and this is Femme Individuelle, and this is the fragrance that I had it and I was wearing it like years and years and years ago, and I can assure you that longevity wise, projection wise, it didn't change at all. It's such a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It has pink pepper and then red currant, bay leaf, some rose, lotus, patchouli, and some musk, and also a little bit of amber and a little bit of vanilla. So this is a feminine fragrance. This is work environment appropriate. Obviously, if you don't have a very strict dress code, if you do, then probably it's not for you. But it's just it reminds me of Chanel's Allure. Not scent wise, but like vibe wise. It's like a lady boss, a beautiful lady boss fragrance on a budget. And then the last one is the fragrance that I'm not kidding you, it lasts for months on clothes, and it lasts for days on hair, and it lasts for like hours and hours on my skin. This is the fragrance that I have been loving and I have been having in my collection for 24 years, something like that. And this is the one and only Hugo Boss, and this is Deep Red. And oh my gosh, let me tell you, Deep Red is good. It is good. It is an amazing scent. It's such a beautiful, it's such an underrated scent. It reminds me, it's like a bigger brother to Rouge of Givenchy, L'Interdit Rouge, the first one, not the second one. This is like they're really similar. I do own both of them and I love both of them and I wear both of them. And obviously they are different, but they're very similar. They're different but similar. And the longevity wise, also the Givenchy one is very longeve, but this one it's something else. It is as well. It's like it's white flowers and then it's zesty. It has some citrus to it. It has some ginger to it. So it's fresh, zesty, and super long lasting beastie fragrance. I love it. And I do have it like here, and I keep buying this fragrance all the time because I just can't imagine my collection without this fragrance. It's that good. So next one is your kind of more expensive fragrances, but still some of them are not so expensive, like um not like prohibitively expensive. So this one it has an excellent longevity, and it has a sillage, and it's a very complex fragrance. It's very fruity, but it's more flowery than it is fruity. So this is My Burberry, and I feel like not a lot of people talk about this fragrance nowadays, strangely enough, because this is such a beautiful fragrance. It has bergamot and mandarin orange. I'm not gonna name all of fragrance notes because they are plenty. So grapefruit and lemon, and then freesia, two types of roses, patchouli and musk, and some leather and green notes, and peach and gardenia, and a lot of other notes. And this is just it opens up really fresh, but then it deepens with this white flowers and flowers, and I don't really feel leather, uh, for my immense joy, because I don't enjoy leather, but it's just like your deeper ambery, flowery scent, and it's amazing. It's phenomenal. There's another one that has the black ribbon on it, and it's very good, but it's very rose forward. It has a lot of rose, so much rose that I just can't stand the fragrance. There was another one with this pink ribbon. Well, the pink ribbon, it kind of fell flat for me, but this one is the best one in my opinion. So next one, and this is your typical freshie, your beginning of 2000s freshie. And I mean, man, I love this kind of fragrances. You can say what do you want to say, it might be outdated for you, but I enjoy these fragrances because the beginning of 2000s is when I started living on my own. I started going out. I started, studying and going to meeting people, and all this stuff. It's like a young adult kind of my phase. So this one, and it's a beast fragrance. This is Acqua di Giorgio Armani, and this one is, I don't know if you can see it, right? I hope you do. So anyway, this one is the feminine fragrance from the line, and it's, as I've told you, it's a typical freshie, but being a typical freshie, if you remember the typical freshies of the end of 90s and the beginning of 2000s, some of them were like very volatile. They didn't really last at all, but some of them were really beastie, and this one is a beastie one. It's fresh, it's not marine, it's watery, so you don't have this salty note to it. A lot of flowers, a lot of fruits, and a lot of freshness, and hours of staying power. It's good. It's really, really good, people. It's really, really, really good. Next one, and we are coming in more expensive territory. And I just hate to say, but sometimes I read these comments on Fragrantica and people say, oh, well, it doesn't last on me, or it was it had some longevity before, but now it's not as good. I had never had any problems with this particular brand and with this particular line. So I have this Absolutely Blooming by Dior, and I do have another two more actually. And for some reason, I always have a great longevity. It's not a good longevity, it's outstandingly great longevity. So we have kind of a pretty simple scent. It has raspberry and blackcurrant and pink pepper and rose and peony and musk. So it's your kind of musky, freshy, fruity, florally fragrance. But this one is a beastie one. It lasts. It lasts a lot. It lasts like hours and hours. For some reason, I don't really feel so much fruitiness here as opposed to sweetness. I do feel a lot of sweetness here. It's probably a fruity sweetness. So it's sweet, it's fruity, it's flowery, and it's very pretty actually. And people kind of like to bathe in its trail because the trail here is phenomenal. And some of the fragrances, they actually stay on your skin, but they don't give it a lot of trail. But this one does. So I have got some compliments on this fragrance, and it's good. It's good. And I don't know why people would say that it doesn't last. On me, it does. Obviously, we all have different skin chemistry and different longevity, standards. But hours like 6, 7, 8 hours, and yeah, it's a good one. It's a beastie beautiful one. This one, I have actually mentioned this fragrance not long time ago, actually a video ago, because I'm just head over heels for this fragrance. It's one of my most recent purchases. This one is L'Interdit by Givenchy, and this one, they're unisex fragrance. It has this kind of masculine part and the feminine part. It has some tobacco and rum, and then some vetiver to it, but then it has white flowers. It has some fruitiness. It has some zestiness to it. It's such a chameleon, beautiful, like shift, shifting, shape shifting fragrance. And yeah, I love it. And then it has the longevity. It has a longevity that it actually can sell some longevity, and then there will be plenty left for him. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And people actually pay attention to the fragrance, and they would also ask me, what is the fragrance that you wear? And then we are coming to the 4 fragrances that every single time I wear these fragrances, every single time, people pay attention, people compliment, and people say how beautiful that is, how big of a trail it does. And yeah, I love I love those fragrances. So this one is a scandal, and it's not a secret, I do love my scandal. And this one is Scandal by Night. And yeah, it's a gorgeous cherry white flowery and very sweet. It's very honey sweet fragrance, and it lasts for days. It lasts for days. And actually on my clothes, because I do remember I sprayed this on my jacket. It was a jacket made of denim, and then I wasn't wearing this jacket for quite a long time, and I kid you not, months. It stayed on for months. So it's just such a beautiful one. And I love this kind of loud fragrances, because I might not come across as a loud personality, but I love fragrances talk for me. So I love this kind of fragrance that actually knocks knocks out people. Anyway, this one, and this one is a compliment getter, sure one. It's like 100%. So I'm gonna tell you this. If I have to go somewhere, I know it's gonna be on an open, place somewhere on the airy, beautiful terrace, let's say. I There's a huge chance that I'm gonna be picking out of these four. So this one, and I know it's quite a banal scent, but this is Coco Mademoiselle. Coco Mademoiselle is the one that gives me compliments always, and that is staying for hours and hours and hours and days, and people compliment. And even though this is not a very original scent in a way, because people know the scent because it's very popular and people buy the scent for years, and you can actually smell the scent on the street, but people compliment on it constantly all the time, and they like it and they ask, and it makes me happy. So this one is Coco Mademoiselle. So it's your white flowers, it's your citruses, and it's your patchouli. It's a very patchouli fragrance. So if you don't like patchouli, maybe don't go very heavy on this one, and then just try it, and then you decide if you like it or not. But it's fantastic. It's a fantastic gift. So two fragrances, and these two fragrances, they actually gave me more compliments than probably, well, I don't want to say all of my fragrances combined, but we're kind of there. So this one, and this is Babycat by Yves Saint Laurent. And my only regret is that, well, I got it the day it was launched on the website. I got this fragrance, and my only regret that I got it in 75 ml instead of 125. Well, the price difference, it wasn't relevant because the price difference was like 40 euros, something like that. I don't remember, 50 maybe. It's not that, but the thing is that I thought that, what if I will not like it? What will I do with 125 milliliters of fragrance that I don't like? And yeah, I could be more wrong. I should have gone for a bigger bottle right away. So it's your very peppery. It has a lot of pepper. It has pepper. It has some kind of balsamic quality to it. A lot of vanilla, and it's just an overall yummy and beautiful and feminine and like femme fatale. Whatever you can say about this fragrance, the most beautiful words, it's gonna be this one. And people compliment on it, ladies compliment on it, gentlemen's compliment uh, on this fragrance. So even kids sometimes they tell me that they smell nice. So this one is a beautiful one. And the last one is actually a fragrance. It's not a advertisement, nothing like that. It's just I honestly and sincerely love this fragrance because it just speaks volumes about what fragrances I like. So this is a cherry fragrance, but it's not a boozy cherry fragrance, and it was gifted to me by a brand, and with no obligation to talk about this fragrance whatsoever. So this is Zero Molecule, and this is Sa di Bacio. It's about cherry, beautiful, nice, ripe, and very very aromatic cherry, and it's so good. It is so good. And actually, I'm not a fan. Well, I tend not to believe, but it actually happened to me that one lady was following me for, well, she it wasn't like she followed me for 10 blocks. She was like following me for a couple of meters, maybe 2, 3, 5 meters, and she told me, "Oh my gosh, you smell so good." And what is the fragrance? She just had such a beautiful trail, and what is it? So I pulled out my phone, and uh, I showed her on Fragrantica the scent, and I told her that you can get it here and here, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you, it's such a beautiful fragrance." And it's, yeah, the lady was actually following me for this fragrance. It is good. It is gourmand, just gourmand fragrance, sweet, but it's not overly sweet actually. It is sweet, but it's not like nauseatingly sweet, nothing like that. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So, and it lasts for days and for days, and on clothes they tend to last like all of these four fragrances that I have mentioned right now, they tend to last for like months even on your clothes. I'm not kidding you. So these are my beastie fragrances, and I love them all. They're all different. Some of them are really gourmand, some of them are more like your chilled fragrance, more feminine, more kind of chic fragrance. But I love all of them, and I rely on them, no problem. They never let me down. If I need a longevity, I can get longevity with this ones, no problem. Yeah, let me know what are your longevity beastie fragrances, and I wish you a beautiful day, beautiful what is today? Today's Sunday, right? Be beautiful Sunday, people. So I will see you on Wednesday and next time, and I will be talking to you about new fragrance from Lancome, that is Lancome Idol Power. Yeah, bye.